Today we are at Maflex Trust Ghana Limited in the Volta region.
Marriage, they say, comes with its own advantages and disadvantages. And choosing a partner comes with a bold decision in supporting the visions and aspirations of your partner. On this week's episode, we are privileged to have the wife of the president of the Vegetable Producers and Exporters Association. She is in the person of Mrs. Gifty Kafui Kamasa. And on this week's episode, we are looking at, would you support your partner no matter the cost? Stay tuned and enjoy the conversation. Today we are touching on would you support your partner's vision at all costs? We are glad to have you on the show today.
Thank you very much.
So please introduce yourself to our audience.
Yeah, as you did mention earlier, my name is Gifty Kafui Kamasa, Mrs. Yeah, I'm a businesswoman, an entrepreneur. I am also the president of a group of professional women here in Ghana.
Wow.
I'm also a farmer.
Okay.
I'm into tourism as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we have some questions our audience want us to ask you. Aside normal work, you mentioned some other things you do. How are you able to balance all these other things with family?
For me, I would say it's dedication.
Okay.
Because if you're not dedicated, you won't be able to manage more than or many activities at the same time.
Okay.
I'm a multitasker person, actually. I like doing so many things that will yield results.
Okay.
So that's how come. So for me, I see it as something that is worth achieving.
So you mentioned that you are also into farming. Why farming?
Yes, the farming issue, I didn't even have farming in my mind in the first place. But it happened in 2013 when my husband brought up the idea. He was working as a contractor. He was also a banker before at Unique Trusts.
Oh.
As you know, it got to a time all the banks collapsed.
Yeah.
But luckily, just before that close-up for the banks came on, we had already started something with farming. And then we were supposed to do vegetables.
Did you ever face any challenge? I mean, since you decided to go into the farming area, what has been the main challenge as a woman?
Yes, it was a big challenge because the farming thing was not a planned thing. We didn't foresee it.
Okay.
Because by then, I was a teacher. The main challenge that we had, the land that was given to us actually was a forest.
Wow.
Yes. They've given you a land, but it's a forest. It has not been farmed on it for over 20 years.
Wow.
Yes. So they had palm tree plantations on it, and you know what it means.
Yeah.
So it means that we had to uproot everything. The challenge started coming when we needed finance to actually clear the land. We then realized that taking down those trees, those forest type trees, were going to cost us a lot. Because you need to get people, excavators and all that to uproot it and all that. So that was where the challenge came. And being a teacher, my salary was, in fact, very, very low. He too, you know, these contracts, they will do their work and it will take like ages for the money to come. So it was just robbing Peter to pay Paul somehow. And you know, and I was getting worried.
Oh.
Very, very worried. It was like we are going nowhere.
Oh.
And then it's something that once you start, you can't leave it unfinished.
Okay, so with all these challenges that you mentioned, would you say that marriage is about love, number one? Number two, would you say that marriage is about sacrifice? And number three, would you say that it's about passion?
I'll take the first two.
Okay.
It's love first, and then sacrifice.
Okay.
Because if you don't love somebody, you can't even sacrifice anything for the person in the first place.
True.
So, and the love, it should be a very genuine love, a very deep one.
Okay. All right. So when it comes to decision taking, our men can take certain tough decision that you yourself, when you think about it, you're like, oh, this one, dear, we can't let's forget about it. So then, if your partner happens to take certain decisions, must you always side with him?
No. In fact, that shows you are two different people.
Okay.
You don't always have to side. You look at it. It depends. Sometimes you don't really have to argue immediately.
Okay.
You may even just accept his conditions or buy his idea, but later you stay back and say, this thing, maybe let's change it. Let's do it this way. You are there to support each other.
Okay.
And if the person loves you, it may not be just love, but the person will now also see through the angle you're also coming from. And then you take it that way. Yeah, you don't really have to always, it's not a do or die affair.
Okay.
You never can tell. That what he's bringing could be misleading.
Okay.
But sometimes you go about it. It's not as if you also, the woman, you're always right. The men, being our husbands, they know better than us.
Okay.
So they're like our elders. They say what an elder sees sitting, but even when a child is standing, we may not see it.
Yeah.
So in that view, we see the men as more sensible than we the women. However, if a man gives you the opportunity or listens to you, when you also bring your ideas, you can just merge it. Sometimes, maybe he didn't even explain to you well, that's why you don't understand, but he can go further to explain to you, and then you also be able to say, okay, what you're saying now, I get it. So rather, you can even add yours to make it better.
Okay. All right. So there is another question over here. What role do you play in your husband's agricultural life? As in, he is the president of the Vegetable Producers and Exporters Association. What role do you play as a wife in his life? Because the last time I came to, is it Joje? Yes, the farm. In fact, I saw you holding some books. What role have you been playing?
Yes, I work as an agronomy director.
Okay.
Yes, I've done some trainings, so I'm able to train some of the farmers.
Okay.
Yes, so that is what I did.
Okay.
So, and also I look out for the welfare of the staff. That's one of my key roles. And also I act also as the human resource manager.
Okay. Okay. So, with all these that you have said, would you say that it is best when you and your partner have the same vision, or both of you see things in the same direction? Or should you be expecting that your partner should see things just as you see and support your vision?
It depends. Because in my case, I had my own job I'm doing.
Okay.
Because I was a teacher, when he started agriculture, I had time.
Okay.
Teaching, you close early and then you have vacations.
Yeah.
So I also saw the need to help him. I realized that because of finance, that brings it back to the real challenge.
Okay.
Due to finance, now we needed an agronomist, rather. You need to go and employ somebody, and at that point, we can't even pay you can't even pay yourself. Then you force yourself to go and bring in somebody, and sometimes too. So we felt, why not enroll ourselves in that course.
Okay.
So that the knowledge will be between us. And then when we get staff, we rather transfer that knowledge to them, and then they keep transferring to the other staff like that.
Okay.
Instead of bringing somebody within 2 months, because the person may come, a lot of people want place to be so nice before they start working.
Yeah.
So you train. I mean, they come and start working for you 2 months, and then they are gone.
Yeah.
Every month a new staff is coming, and you are paying money. It's going. So, and he didn't have time to sit in classroom as such, but he had the natural gifts of farming.
Okay.
He can even foretell the weather, the fog.
Wow.
He's very good with all the. He knows. He's very good with soil, plants. I mean, the chemicals and all that. So he had his own naturally. So I rather have to now learn to meet up with him. Okay. So I was doing more paperwork, more practical. Okay. Yes. So that was how come I was double tasking, multitasking rather. I was doing, instead of we bringing an agronomist, bringing a farm manager, bringing a lot of this, I was taking up those roles to save costs. Okay. We needed those people quite alright from the beginning, but we can't pay them when they come. Yeah. So I will go for those trainings 3-4 days a week, months, and then I will come rather to implement it. It saves money. Even though I don't receive salary from there, I'm able to transfer. But if I was bringing somebody, my day it would have been easy. So that was how come I got. So I rather got involved. Okay. I supported. So I was filling in some gaps that would have cost us money. Okay. So that was the role I was playing. So if the person is a banker and doesn't have time, goes to work and close at 8 and all that, my dear, some people will not have time.
So if I get you clear, that means that you didn't forgo your personal job.
No.
But you try to adapt what you can do to support the work he is into. Yes. So that the sector can grow. Yes. So are you advising us that it's better you stick to someone who you both can share the same vision? Yes.
It depends on the individual. Okay. For some people, their work may not even give them that time.
Very true.
Yes. Me, I was lucky because I was a teacher. Okay. You see? Okay. So when I close at 2:30 p.m., especially if it's on a Friday, we are in a hurry to go to the farm. And we have long breaks and week and all that. So it was helpful. But if you are a banker, you work up to Saturday. The fatigue alone, you can't even dream of, even though you want to, but you will not be able to go. Okay. So it depends on the person. Okay. And some people too are there, they don't have any job. Maybe they're housewife, but they don't even have passion to even do support. Anything. So it depends on the person. There's no formula to it. If you want to do it, you go for it. Okay. So as I said, I was trying to fill in some gaps. We want to employ some 5 people, but can we pay them? Maybe we want to pay them 2,000 each. Whereas you don't even get 1,500 a month. So how will you pay 10,000 a month? You can't. So that was it. Yeah.
Okay. So let's touch on this. What if he's going wayward? How best should you approach him as a wife? If maybe he's taking certain decisions that you think will not help. You know, some of the men, they don't like to. The woman, you come and tell him, as for this one you are taking there, I think it's not the best. They don't like that. So what should be the best approach to be able to draw the person's attention to something that he's missing?
Yes, it's very relative, I would say. In my own case, I've been very, very fortunate, I would say. He may take very harsh decisions. But somehow, when I say that it's not good, I find a way of talking to him. Okay. And then he listens. And later he realized that, if he had gone his way, things would have been bad.
So let's get some tips from you. I mean, we are young people coming up. So what is the best time? What actual time can you talk to a man for him to listen to? You know, I do hear that at dawn when you wake the person up to talk to the person will listen. So give us some of the tips. When should be the best time to talk to your partner?
Irrespective of the time, you have to look at the mood of the person.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so you look for the time that is happy.
Okay.
Excited.
Okay.
Then when you bring it in and he doesn't want to spoil that happy mood, he will
just
so me, that is what has worked for me.
Okay.
Because I can still call him at dawn and then he will still, if he wants to scream, he will scream.
Okay.
So just look at that happy mood. You know, you are timing it. And he has made sure he has eaten also. He's happy, just happy with you at that moment. You know, he has time to listen to you that time.
Okay.
So that's it. It's not that daunting or whatever. Okay. It can be any other time. Yeah.
Okay. So right now we want to take an advice to women. I mean, our women out there. Some women will want to be with a man who has everything settled. They don't want to go through the pain. They want to come when everything is well cooked. What advice will you give to our women out there?
Yes, you have to recount the vows you made. I was also at that point. When I thought of it, I thought of leaving. And then I remembered my vows. It is for better and for worse. I mean, there was no headway, there was no hope anywhere. So I asked myself, even when I leave, how am I going to begin again?
So before we leave, your final words, advice you want to give to our audience. Our topic, as we already mentioned, would you support your partner's vision at all costs? No matter what, are you going to support your partner's vision? So what advice will you give to our audience on this topic?
Yeah, I will say that they should all listen to themselves. If they have opportunity to help their partners, they should do so. Because for me, I had opportunity and I made use of it. I didn't just stay aloof. I didn't just stay back. I supported him with my time, my energy, my little money, everything I had, my advice. I was there with him. Sometimes, because the demand is huge, the battlefield is tough. So he may not have everything intact. Sometimes you need somebody to even help him type some letters. I have to be there to do all those photocopies. You need to fill in that gap that he cannot do. If not, if you try to outsource that part to somebody else, it may bring you extra costs. But if you can do it, why not do it for him so that you can take off that cost? So that was what I did. If you have opportunity, just support without looking back, and you will not regret it.
All right, so thank you for watching the PV show. I'm sure you've picked one or two things from this week's episode. Until we come your way same time next week, stay safe, wash your hand with soap and the running water, sanitize your hand frequently, use your nose mask and your face shield.